sometimes I was there for 3 months, sometimes I was there for 2 days, and it was just so unpredictable. One thing that the judge told me when I was there, when I was getting adopted, and he was like, "You'll never have to be in this room again." One thing that the judge told me when I was there, when I was getting adopted, and he was like, "You'll never have to be in this room again of this scenario about me being adopted." And that was just awesome. Hearing from like a 7-year-old, like I was super. It was just beautiful saying like, "Man, like I'm done doing this. This is my home forever."
That's something I've never gotten to experience
Right.
anything of that depth.
Yeah, it was tough, man. Like I said, like I went to numerous foster homes. Like sometimes I was there for 3 months, sometimes I was there for 2 days, and it was just so unpredictable. So being able to hear that from that judge saying like, "Man, like this is your permanent home. Like you do not have to go anywhere." Like, man, like I'm just hearing I'm getting chills thinking about it right now. It's just like that's just crazy to me. And I was able like my parents now, I mean, to come to every single game and stuff. It's just I'm just super blessed for it for sure.
And what's the hardest day you remember?
Mm. I had a lot of hard ones,
I can
but
imagine.
I definitely think the hardest one I had was, there was numerous times I went to this foster home place around in, like I was in Kentucky. So when I went to foster homes, I was all over. It wasn't just Oklahoma. I went to Kentucky sometimes, I went to California sometimes, but I was in Kentucky this one time, and I was just, I mean, I woke up and nobody was there, and it was kind of hard, it was tough. And I just didn't like I was there like by myself the entire time. Didn't have food, didn't have water. I had to just, make up for my own self. So it's pretty tough seeing
How many
that.
days do you have to survive without food and water?
Uh, I'd probably say that like the one that I remember like solely, I'd probably say it was probably like a day and a half.
That's
Really?
insane.
Yeah, it was probably a day and a half, like where I had to just like fit for myself. Like there was just like my providers just weren't there. So I just had to kind of do that by myself, and it was pretty tough, but I was able to do it. Yeah, at the end.
Nothing you could have done.
Yeah, I was young, like I said, and I just didn't know. Like, and I mean, waking up one night and just not seeing the providers there, and like I had to fit for myself, and it was just tough.
When you say
Yeah,
for yourself, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I had to try to see if I can. I mean, I was like I said, 3, 4, 5 years old, and I had to try to. I mean, I was starving, I was hungry, and I had to try to look in the kitchen. Like, I mean, you can't really make food like that, but I had to try to do that. Whether it was just like eating dry cereal or having just water coming out of the tap. Like, I'm not saying those things are just like bad, but it was just something as a kid. It was pretty hard to do.
Well,
Um,
it's terrifying.
yeah,
You just don't. You're only 3 or 4 or 5 years old.
right, right. Yeah, but I was able, I mean, like I said, I mean, God had a plan for me, so, I was able to do that for sure.
And it's definitely helped your faith.
Oh my goodness, that's one thing, actually, and that's why I'm just so grateful for ORU. I got baptized here last year as a freshman, going to chapel every day and, seeing what I went through, like, God had a plan for me all the time and, being able to get baptized here and being able to be a light for all the student body around here while I play basketball, it's been pretty awesome.
What do you think the number one moment where you've connected with your faith and you've seen that there's something greater outside of your childhood?
I would definitely say just like, playing basketball and like able to like where like the little kids like around me that watch me, like they come up and ask for my autograph or they want to like a high five or stuff like that. I think the influence that God has given me has just been like insane to me. And that's just what continues to keep me grinding. Like I don't know who is watching me, all the time. And just being able to like see like like I said, little kids come up and want a picture with me and things of that nature. I think that's just super cool, and it's what, like I said, just what keeps me going every day.
And you were an Oklahoma kid just like them.
Just like them, I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma. It's only an hour and a half away from here, and it's been like I said, I've been able to have an influence in this state. Like you said, it's a small state, so just being 20 years old and being able to have the influence that I feel like I've had, I mean, it's just been awesome. It's been very inspirational.